Hey guys, this is Jeremy from 78 Productions, and I'll talk to you guys about porn. Is it software solutions or relational solutions? So with church technology, we are trying to be able to impact as much as we can within ministry. And so when we come to this topic of porn, this is something that we've been talking about all year. Since January, we've had about 7 or 8 different posts already. We're going to keep going through all the way through December. We actually are excited because we are going to be working with X Church, which is a software company, and having them on the podcast to do an interview with them. Look for that in the future. I'm excited to have something on that. I'd love to hear what you guys have to talk about on the topic of, is fighting porn a software solution or is it a relational solution? Yes, those are not mutually exclusive. It's not something that you either do one or the other. I recognize that you do them both together. But what should your focus be? Should it be the church tech's focus, that they should be working with the software? Is it something that they should be investing all their time and energy into something like that? Or is it something that the actual church tech ministry themselves could be doing something within this? I'm not going to dive completely into what church technology can do relationally. I'm going to say that for a different post at a later time. I'm actually excited about something like this because church technology is always talking about sitting in front of a computer, behind a camera, something like this. But how about what happens if church technology in and of itself is a relational ministry for your entire church to be able to say, we're here to be a resource for you guys. And for everybody that's coming in that wants this help, we are going to help you. I love that idea. It's kind of scary. We'll get to that in a little bit. But what does it mean? Should church technology be focusing on software? Should be asking all these people, we have invested highly in church technology for the sake of you guys and your concerns about pornography, that you actually go and buy the X Church software, that you give them little slips, kind of like the Starbucks cards that you can download apps for free. And then you start handing them out to everybody and say, we want to make this investment in you guys. It's anonymous, take it as you will. Or is the issue about relationships? What do you think would solve the situation? I actually see 2 different issues here in the sense that both have their minute failings. Something like software actually could be a great use because it is preventing as opposed to repairing. An idea of preventiveness as far as addictions in general, whether it's alcohol, marijuana, cocaine, porn addiction, food addiction, it's always better to invest in something that's preventative than restorative. It's actually, I think that the general approach is it's about 10 times less expensive to prevent something than to repair it. And so relationships can a lot of times be reparative. Like, I don't have to worry about getting into a relationship with my mentor about porn until I have a porn addiction. And so how do you be able to prevent something like that is with software. And then also comes a preparation to not continue the addiction. And I recognize that's also the case. So how do you approach that as far as software goes? What kind of software do you guys use? Jesse Gruber actually has a great selection of software and something to keep in mind, and he points this out clearly. It's not just a desktop, laptop issue. It's a cell phone issue if you have a smartphone that's connected to the internet. And so there's software for that as well. But then you also have the relational side. You can get by software. I mean, if you're really, truly honest, you can get by. It's easy to get by. But relationships are difficult. There's so much shame that goes into pornography and trying to work with this, that so many people don't do it because of the fact that they don't want to be able to have that guilt come upon them. They're already guilty enough for themselves because they're looking at something like that. Why would they want to get into a mentorship and share something like this? And so it's very interesting that people are not willing to go to that level, especially those that I wouldn't say have perfect lives, but they're definitely not struggling with some kind of very external situations in their life, whether it's marital problems or personal problems with alcohol or something like that. They seem to kind of have it together, and so why would I want to talk about something like that? So I'd love to hear what you guys have to say on this topic. I don't think that there's ultimately a solution that fixes everything all the time, and I think a lot of times it's hard to ask people to do things that we ourselves are not willing to do as well. So church technology, how does this implement in your context? So which is it, software or relationships? Which is the priority in what we do? Obviously, they come together in the end, but what do you give priority for your ministry? Love to hear what you guys have to say in the comments below, and we'll talk to you guys next week.